guys and gals, welcome to the Oxford Holy Club, a place where we ready ourselves to give an answer for the hope that's in us. We will also try to answer your questions, random questions from the interwebs, and have some fun too. So put some seatbelts on your ears because we're in for a wild ride. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Oxford Holy Club, episode 138, entitled Valentines, Love, and Trivia. Before we get into the episode, want to give a quick shout out to Tim Gaines, Lindsay, Glenroy Smith. Who else we got here? We got Kelsey Amber. We got my mom, Sonia's here. Anybody else here that I don't see?
Isn't Tim Gaines Garth Brooks' alter ego?
I think that was Chris Gaines.
Oh, there we go.
Chris Gaines. Yeah, didn't we have an episode that was kind of centered around that?
Oh,
Nope.
I think
we didn't.
The unspoken episode.
The unspoken, it shall go unnamed. Well, welcome to the episode, everybody. Gentlemen, how you doing?
Good.
Good. My name is Brad Siliker. I'm 130, your host. I'm joined on my left by Lucas Candy. Hey, Lucas. And right below us is Andrew Beckwith. Hey, buddy. Nice to see you. How does this work? Anyway, guys, we're not going to do much preamble here. We're going to get right into the episode, but I want to give all husbands, including you two and myself, a verbal warning that in 5 days it is in fact Valentine's Day.
My Valentine started yesterday, so I'm on board. Don't worry about it. I'm on it.
You do a Valentine's week?
I do a Valentine's week. Yeah. Oh, Melissa's giving me 2 thumbs up. So,
whoa!
Yeah, started in university and has carried through. So it's just like little things every day. So it's not like
like you tell her you love her. That's day one.
That's right.
Right?
It's a big deal.
Melissa says it's a big deal. She enjoys it.
Wow. Okay. Andrew, what does a Valentine's week look like for you in your home?
There's no Valentine's week. We celebrate birthday week, but Valentine's is just one day. Oh yeah, birthday week.
We do birthday weekend, so I managed because of Valentine's. I've been able to contain birthdays to weekends so far.
My goodness, what is my problem? Everything for
me. Sounds like you have no problem whatsoever here.
Okay. You know what? Fair enough. Count my blessings. All right. Well, anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. Listen, if you want to find out more about us, you can find that out at our website, www.oxfordholyclub.com. Thanks, Derwin, for liking the stream. I'm going to talk about that right now. We would love it if you're watching to hit the like button. It definitely helps us. It helps promote the podcast onto the different platforms that it's on. But the biggest thing you could do to help is to share the podcast. And you do that very easily by clicking share. That just puts it on your Facebook wall, but it doesn't force anybody to watch it. You know what they say? You can lead a horse to a podcast, but you can't make him listen. So if you could just at least try half of that equation.
Although Derwin has a farm, so maybe he can get his animals to listen.
Derwin, could you please play this for the cows and see if that sours the milk?
Yeah, if it goes up or down, the production, let us know.
I'm really interested. Now I'm really, really interested. All right, well. So click share, click like. There's a repeated version of this on YouTube later. And if you just enjoy listening to the audio only and not seeing the faces, you can do that on any of your podcast players of choice. Just look up Oxford Holy Club and there we will be. We're always there, rain or shine. All right, Lucas.
Puking or not puking?
We're going to toss to you now and the one-off, my dude. All right. Why don't you explain what a one-off is?
So one-off is just when one of us has an idea for a segment that would be fun to do once, but it wouldn't be like an all-the-time thing, especially if it has like limited, replayability. This is probably a very limited replayability. It started today when I was driving my wife to work. When we get out the door on time, I get to drive her to work. She's already looking at me. And she liked that because if she has to drive herself, it's like a pain to park and walk to the place anyway. But one of the reasons why she doesn't want to walk from the parking lot to her place, which is like a 10-minute walk at least, is because when she goes to work, it kind of looks like someone fleeing a war zone. Like she's got multiple bags. They're all like overstuffed. There's all kinds of, she's got a computer bag that's always like bursting with like papers and all kinds of stuff like that. She's got this giant, it's somewhere between a purse and a duffel bag. Like it's leather and it's fancy, but there's a lot, never a
fancy.
pen, a lot of stuff in there.
Never a pen.
Never a pen ever. And then she has a lunchbox that's like also a purse size thing. She's very snacky throughout the day. But so and there's of course like her giant like coffee mug and
look at him. Look at him looking to the side to make sure he's not about to get hit.
Bring in your giant duffel bag purse thing so I can show it on air. We won't show your computer bag because that's pretty self-explanatory. Just take a computer bag and stuff way too much stuff in it, and that's what you have. And we were talking about it. Oh, sorry.
While we're waiting, I just want to give a quick shout out and say hello to Karen Milligan.
Don't take anything out of it, please.
Hey, Karen. Nice to see you as well. Bennett McDonald, thanks for watching. Glad you're here.
All right. So, there we go. So this, and it's like
it's bigger than you.
Chock full of the gills with stuff, and she doesn't want me to show all of her secrets. I'm pretty sure it's 85% old receipts, but that's fine. Anyway, and we were talking about the fact that like, how can someone live this way day in and day out? Like, it would just drive me crazy all the time. And I bragged a little bit how streamlined my process is and my everyday carry type stuff. And just on the way there, we talked about a few things that could save her some, pounds on shoulder or whatever the measurement's going to be. And there's like sessions called like everyday carries. You see them on YouTube and stuff. People show like, this is one of my daily things that bring with me every day. So I thought we could do that and talk about what we've done. And I think you guys are similar to me where you value, keeping things lean and not having way too much stuff, but still having the stuff you want. So we're going to kind of give a tour of our daily commuter bags here. So here's mine. It's a very small little computer bag. I got it for free at a technology expo.
Out of a dumpster.
That tracks.
Brunnet IT Solutions. Thank you, Brunnet.
Not a sponsor.
I really liked it from the jump because one, it was brand new, and two, it's like small, and it's nice and compact, but it's got everything I want. So I'll show you what my daily stuff is. So first of all is my laptop, which is a very small 12-inch MacBook. And it's so light, I constantly think I've forgotten it and don't have it in my bag, but I always do, almost always do. Then I have the only thing I have a little
Almost
sheet in here for it. I have my daily planning book, which I use for everything that I do. I plan out my days, put my big 3 things of the day, then all my to-do list items and check them off as I go. Has all my daily, monthly, yearly goals in here. Goes with me wherever I go. So it's pretty good. That's always riding shotgun. Of course, I've got one of my numerous super nerdy fountain pens. I've always got a few of those floating around, it's always good. And of course, it's 2020, so there's going to be a couple masks in there. I think that's pretty standard. And we're getting down to the end, really. The only other thing to have is if you ever have owned a Mac, you have dongles because you need to, because they don't have all the stuff you need. So I have a couple different dongles in this little zippered case here. This one lets me do HDMI and like USBs and stuff like that.
It's getting real deep in
Man,
there.
we're going there. Okay.
We're going there.
What's the other one do?
Course, I've got my Soundcore earbuds, which are amazing, 100-hour battery life. They ran me from September until January on one charge.
Wow.
So very good. I'm very proud of that. And I don't use this one, but I always want to use it. And it's my Altec Lansing H220 Bluetooth speaker. Very small, very compact, great little speaker. I don't know if I imagine myself like starting a block party with this thing or
Hold
what.
it over your head.
Yeah. But I don't use it. I've only used it a couple times. Those few times that it's come in handy, it's been pretty clutch. And usually I just have a little like one of those aux cables that like zings closed, really, really small. And I think that's basically it. Well, and of course, Sharpie. And I've got, what would a bag be without a bunch of business cards, just in case I run into some high-powered business associate that I need to give them my card, Ooh, that was good. Ooh, there we go. And it's even got, hey, if you want to check out, it's got a QR code and everything. Pretty fancy. All right, that's my everyday carry. That's what comes to me day in, day out. Occasionally I'll add a few items, but that's kind of the long or short of it. How about you guys? What do you guys carry every single day?
Can I go, Andrew? Would that be all right?
Sure.
Okay. Everything you just said, I have as well, except I keep it all right here on my phone. I put my phone in the bag and then I go with the bag. No, okay, here we go. Okay. This is my daily driver.
Classic Brad bag right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Classic Brad bag.
I used to have one very similar to that, but then I went up to a computer bag, but yours has got the cool factor.
We're going to need to adjust the microphone for this one.
Okay.
All right, here we go, folks.
Yours looked like you were lifting some LBs, by the way. So
I keep a lot in here. All right. Okay, this is for cleaning my shoes in case I get dirt or mud on them. This.
Oh, sorry. Time out. Melissa, Kelsey Amber said that your bag was not that big. I don't know if she's saying it sarcastically or not, but she's a girl. Yeah. Fair enough. Sorry, Brad. Carry on. Okay, grooming devices.
Well, this was a holdover from when I used to have a beard. And I would comb it, so that's just kind of stuck.
Hey, you don't have a beard anymore.
No, Mandy gave me a haircut, and then I thought, well, I'd like to trim the beard to be the same as the sides. All right, we got the lip balm. Burt's Bees, not a sponsor. We got pens galore. I've got a whole other pocket of pens. We've got the AirPods. We keep the Bible and my Smorp journal.
Now I look bad for not having a Bible in my bag. I mean, it's all on my phone.
Then I've got just a separate notebook for other notes in case I need to. Old Smorp journal, that can go away. We got the glasses. Let's see here. We've got the USB charger. That comes in. This thing, if I don't put it in my bag, it disappears because a kid or Mandy get their hands on it. We've got the multi-tool. We've got the knife. I live in a city now. We've got the toothpicks. Just in case, I've got Rook.
I thought it was a thing of tissue.
My soul.
In case a spontaneous game of Rook can break out.
You're coasting into Melissa territory here.
Because then you have it.
Okay, because then you have it. I keep these little tiny things of cologne because then you just don't know.
Oh man.
I keep a lighter in my bag, which comes in handy. The knife and the lighter probably get used more than anything else, but don't ask. We got the hand. We got the hand cream. Winter's here, dry skin season. We've got cables. We've got chargers, and we've got cables. We've got masks.
Melissa, do you have hand cream in your bag? Yeah.
Okay, we've got masks. I'm not done.
So outrageous.
Oh, okay. I've got something that's clipping on the inside, and on the inside this are a bunch of guitar picks.
Guitar picks. Yeah.
Then we've got this part that's in here, and this, guys, this is another guitar pick. We've got dongles, we've got headphones, and apparently we've got Q-tips. Okay. Let's see. All right, let's go to the side pockets now.
Oh no. What have I unleashed?
We should have marked out more time for this.
All right, the side pockets.
Too many pens.
And a toothbrush.
I wondered if that was a toothbrush.
And the toothbrush, just so that you're aware, is for the headphones. It's for cleaning headphones and only that. Never shall that pen grace the roof of my mouth. And then finally, the last pocket in this is business cards, because you never know. Although these have seen better days, I shall restock with some fresh ones. But there's the business card. And let's just...
Have you ever flossed with a business card?
No, because I keep toothpicks. Are you not paying attention? There's a QR code as well. So if you've got your phone there, people, just
there you go.
Scan that QR code, and that will bring you not to my church website, which would make sense, but to this podcast. And ladies and gentlemen, and before we started, I mean, I had my tablet in there as well. And then it just depends if there's a different need. Sometimes there's a hat in there, water bottle, things like that. But this bag has been fantastic. Bought it in Calgary. And, yep, that's me.
I have one thing to add before Andrew starts. I forgot one thing I had. which I've never used, but if it ever comes in handy, it will come in super handy, which is the world's smallest mag light. It's called a mini mag. Very nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hold on.
All right.
Hold on.
Oh, my soul.
Andrew has lost all patience for us.
And my multi-tool has... Come on.
Another guitar pick.
Don't fail me now. Has a flashlight.
All right, Andrew. Empty your Sobeys bag of stuff you take to work every day.
Yeah, pretty much. This is my bag. It's a nice bag. I like it. For some reason, a couple years ago, I decided I desperately needed a North Face bag and bought one. And actually, it still looks pretty much brand new, and I use it every day. So it was worth the investment.
I keep it empty. That's the secret.
So I got this empty Sobeys bag.
There's a bag in the bag. That's called an expansion.
I don't even know why it's in there, but it is. Let's see. And then I got some hair stuff and a beard brush.
Listen, to those that are just in here, for those that are just started to watch, because I see that, we lost them. Never mind.
Because I don't really style my hair often. I just do it if I'm recording a video at church. So I just bring it and do it then in that moment.
That was some sweet ASMR.
I was going to say, yeah, I like that.
The crinkle tinkles.
The crinkles.
Yeah, that's basically inside the bag. That's all that's in there.
That's the main compartment?
What?
Yeah.
An empty...
Well, no, and then usually my laptop's in there.
And like your lunch probably or something.
And the charge cable. I don't bring lunch to work.
Oh, that's right.
I have a thank you card.
Just keep that. That was a thank you for buying this bag.
I have this patch that says Beckwith that has been in there forever because I wanted to sew it on. And then I have it because I don't know how to sew. I got business cards.
Hey, there you go.
Twinsies.
Let's just see here.
Like that.
No, that's it.
I love that
bag.
like 50% of your cargo space is taken up with hair stuff that you don't use that often. You should just keep in your drawer at home. At work, I mean.
What's the extra bag for? Like, just in case you come upon things?
I have no idea. I have no idea why it's there.
I like the idea of having an extra bag just floating around if you need it for like, oh, you gotta take your shoes home or gotta do whatever, right?
You know what? That's not a bad idea. I might incorporate that.
Definitely why it's in there.
Room.
So I'm curious, gentlemen, after, I know this is your segment, Lucas, but after each of us seeing what the other person has in theirs, is there anything that we've learned from each other that we're going to incorporate into our daily routine? I'll start. I actually I like Andrew's bag in a bag. So I think I shall incorporate that.
The accidental thing.
Like Russian nesting dolls.
Yes.
And I think I got too much stuff in my bag, guys. I'm going to streamline a little bit.
Okay. Lucas, what did you learn?
Let's see. I feel like, listen, this is going to sound bad, but although Melissa just passed me a note saying that Gideon, you can talk a little quieter so he can sleep. So I'll try to do that. I feel like Andrew's is a little too light, and Brad, I feel like you're going to have back pain from yours. And I feel like I'm threading the needle. Now you got some cool stuff, that's for sure. But I think, I don't know, I think I've got everything I want from mine. Oh, wait, no, there's one thing I wanted. Oh, shoot, I even thought of it the other day. Oh, you have a battery pack. I flirted with the idea of buying a battery pack several times, but I'm like an obsessive compulsive charger, so I don't think I'd ever actually use it. But I would love, it would make me feel secure knowing it was there. So maybe a battery pack, especially if I could charge, like get half of a MacBook charge off it or something. So
thing about my bag is I only even bring it home on like Tuesday nights when we have the podcast.
So you're running real light, just a wallet. I like that a lot. I can respect that.
And when I do bring it home, usually I forget it and I have to come back and get my bag after I bring the kids.
Like,
to
why
daycare.
even bother? Oh, well, there. We all learned a little something. And
one last question.
Please.
Brad, is your Switch normally in your bag? Did you take it out for this segment?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, Switch generally stays at home unless I'm going somewhere where I might be able to play it.
Right. That's fair.
Then I don't.
All right. And next up, we have another segment with
Me, Andrew. Man, we're gonna do our smorp, right? Right, guys?
We are.
Flawless.
If you have never been here for a smorp, smorp stands for scripture, message, obedience, repentance, and prayer. And so we're going to read a Bible passage, and then we are going to have some discussion based around those 5 aspects that I mentioned. And we encourage you to put your thoughts in the chat, and just be mindful that it's about a 30-second delay-ish. So if you write something and we don't answer you right away or acknowledge it, it's because we haven't seen it yet. Or, yeah. So anyways, no, it's the opposite. It's the other way around. I forget. How does that work?
It works like this.
Right first time.
There's a little bit of a delay, so we'll be saying stuff. You'll by the time you hear it, we may have moved on. So by the time you go to respond, we might have already moved on. So we're not ignoring what you're saying.
He's articulating it better than I.
Yeah.
All right. So we are reading Ephesians 5:25 to 33 this evening, and it's from the English Standard Version. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her, that he might sanctify her, having cleansed her by the washing of water with the word, so that he might present the church to himself in splendor, without spot or wrinkle or any such thing, that she might be holy and without blemish. In the same way, husbands should love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself. For no one ever hated his own flesh, but nourishes and cherishes it, just as Christ does the church, because we are members of his body. Therefore, a man shall leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. This mystery is profound, and I am saying that it refers to Christ and the church. However, let each one of you love his wife as himself, and let the wife see that she respects her husband.
Sorry, apparently I didn't have verse 33 up there. But thanks for reading it. Apologies.
All right. So, scripture, what words, phrases, or observations in this passage stand out to you?
The ones up off the screen to me were in different spots, but it was the husbands, love your wives, wives, respect your husbands.
For me, it was husbands, love your wives. That's definitely in there. Same with you, Lucas. There's, both, but it's as Christ loved the church. And that's that part. Those were the phrases that stood out to me.
Okay. I'm just trying to pick something that really stood out to me. I'm just going to kind of move on, I guess. I don't want to sit here. What does the scripture tell you about the nature and work of God? Do you guys have anything to add to that?
Ooh, well, I would definitely throw down that one of the things we can see in the nature of God is a sacrificial love. Verse 25 says, Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her in reference to the church, which is us. So that I would see that.
Yep, I like that.
So, message, what do you sense the Lord saying to you in this reading? Is there a word of correction, guidance, encouragement, wisdom, or promise?
I've come at this scripture from a couple of different places before. At one time, in reference to kind of settling in my mind who God is and who the church is, and like husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. My job is to love my wife like Christ loved the church, not me love. Now, don't hear what I'm not saying. I love the people of the church, but I'm not to love the church in the same way that I love my wife. And I was working through the appropriate I hate to say priorities as though it's like a list of who's most important in my life, but it's kind of like working through that. Now,
but your wife should come take precedence over the church,
but,
I would think.
yes, 100%, very much so. And so I was working through that at the time. When I looked at it this time, what stood out to me was husbands, love your wives. Well, that's a no-brainer. But okay, well, what does that love look like? And how am I really supposed to love? Like Christ loved the church. And I already said this in the nature part, but how did Christ love the church? Well, and it follows it up. He gave himself up for her. Christ sacrificed himself for us. He loved us to death, and loved us even when it hurt, and loved us. I said it. So, when I look at how am I loving my wife? Am I loving my wife sacrificially to the point where like I genuinely care about her needs over my own, and that I am find, I don't know if fulfillment, I don't know if I have the words in loving her like that. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So that's kind of where I'm landing when I'm looking at this. And as well, like it keeps giving examples, like love your wife, like, you love yourself. Well, I take care of myself, so I need to take care of my wife. Mm-hmm. But I do also see that this, it's reciprocal. It's not just, okay, husbands love your wives and wives just receive it, enjoy it. And you should, but there's also responsibility for the wife in this relationship, as well, to do that back to the husband. Anyway.
When I was reading this earlier today, I like this scripture. It reminds me of one of my favorite like marriage books I've ever read, and it's probably, a lot of you guys have probably heard of it. It's called Love and Respect by Emerson Eggerichs, like a couples counselor, whatever, like focus on the family guy. And he said it's interesting because he said, wives are commanded, like husbands are commanded to love their wives are commanded to respect their husbands. And he goes, does that mean that like husbands aren't supposed to respect their wives and wives aren't expected to love their husbands? And he goes, no. He goes, but we're commanded, like, because we each do those things naturally. He said, because wives usually have no problem loving their husband, like it comes naturally to them. But sometimes husbands need to be reminded to like act out that love and show them that love, because it doesn't come as naturally to us. In the same way, like a man would, and he talked about in the world of man and like the world of respect, and like we show respect and all that sort of thing, and women are more natural at showing love. And I really like the way he put it. He put it 1,000 times better than I ever could. But it was really interesting because a lot of the time we do the husbands love your wives, and we kind of gloss over the respect your husband part, because it sounds, people get the idea of respect being like a domineering or like
or dominating,
and that's not what it's meant to be, right? It's meant to be just kind of give them what they need, which sometimes is that respect. And he goes into detail about what that actually looks like from a biblical perspective and from like a servant perspective, right? Like loving your wives like sacrificially and respecting your husbands, even when sometimes they don't act in a way that would be deserving of it. And just like sometimes your wives might not be acting in a way that would be, deserving of that love, but you're commanded to show them anyway, right? And if we only treated people the way they deserve to be treated, then that's a quick way to get diminishing returns in your marriage pretty fast. So anyway, if anybody ever sees that book, I highly recommend it. There's like small group studies for it and stuff like that. I've really enjoyed it.
Cool. That's awesome. Obedience. Write down one step of obedience you need to take today or this week based on what God is revealing to you. And maybe something you are already working on.
Is my wife watching?
Go ahead. I'll jump in right here. I finished reading a book. It was on the table. I don't know where it went, but anyway, I finished reading a book here that I started over Christmas called 5 Questions for just. Oh, there you go. Melissa gave it to me for Christmas.
I kissed dating goodbye.
Better Decisions, Fewer Regrets. 5 Questions to Help You Determine Your Next Move by Andy Stanley. And in that book, he talked about that one of the last questions And he says it's hard because it's the question that you might do this good step and you might not get a return on it, which is anytime that you're in like a relationship, whether it's asking like, what does God want from you? What about you and your wife, you and your kids, you and your neighbor, whoever? He says the question that you need to kind of, when you're thinking through a situation, always put it through the filter of what does love require of me? Basically saying like, not what do I want to do, not what do they deserve, not whatever, but what does love require I do? Like if I really love this person, what would I do? He says a lot of the time that'll answer your question of what you need to do. You just ask yourself, what does love require of me? And I've been kind of chewing on that over the last few days because I just read that like a week ago. So now when all my selfish needs and thoughts come up, I'm going to try to put it against the what does love require of me? And sometimes I'll say, what does love require of me? And I'll say, well, I know it's that, but I'm going to do this. But at least I called it out. Like even if I don't have the like whatever to follow at least I know this is what I should do. This is what I'm doing. I need to get in sync, right? So that's an area of obedience for me.
That's interesting and I'm not trying to diminish what you're saying, but maybe an act of love is to like, do the laundry.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly.
Right. Like take the initiative and I don't know. Anyway, I'm kind of in the same place in what you're saying, Lucas, in terms of being aware of what love looks like and how to respond in love, even when I don't feel like it, because there are definitely times when I don't feel like it. And yet I'm required, commanded to do that. Yeah. And it says here, I was reading in verse 26 and I'm just kind of hovering here that he might sanctify her. Love your wives as Christ loved the church, gave himself up for her that he might sanctify her. And sanctifying is like setting apart. And I was thinking, I was visually imagining setting my wife apart from everything else. And, my attention and focus and my love is for her. And having this conversation with her and saying, what do you want? What do you want from me? But not like that. But, like, how many arguments or people that feel like they feel maybe neglected or rejected because they're not receiving the love that they need because they never talk about it. Like how many marriages are like these silent marriages where people feel neglected and rejected because they just never talk about, hey, I'm not feeling loved by this or by that. And I'm not trying to get into the emotional, like placating, just making everybody feel good all the time. Like deep down knowing that they're appreciated. So I think for me, the point of obedience is to have those types of conversations. How are we doing? How are you perceiving, me, and what can I do to love you better? Mm-hmm. If that makes any sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
All right. Lastly, we have repentance and prayer. And repentance, write down any confessions that God reveals to you in this passage. And prayer, spend time thanking the Lord for all his blessings. Do you have anything to add about those two things?
I think we could all confess that we've not loved our wives perfectly.
Right.
And the prayer...
They've confessed that about us too.
Well, yeah. And I think the prayer part we could all agree on is that we need to be very thankful for the wives we've been given. I just watched a video for a course I'm in on Phineas F. Brazee. And I don't know if you know who that is, but he's one of the founders of the Church of the Nazarene. And so I was watching this video, and he had these major crisis moments throughout his ministry and his time, being with the Methodist Church and then the inception of the Nazarene Church. But through this whole thing, his wife was right there with him, always encouraging. And again, I said to my pastor here, I'm like, if I can take exactly what I saw on the screen as the way it legit went down, he would not be the man he was without his wife. Because in all these hardships, when he was doubting and not knowing, she was always right there, encouraging, nudging him forward, calling him forward into who he would become, type of thing. That made me think, am I that for my wife? And, am I there encouraging and all that? And here's what I know for myself is Mandy is that type of wife for me. when I'm going through whatever. She's there beside me, you know, calling me forward and all that. And so I became, watching this movie, I was very, I got to be honest, I cried because I was laying, this is for a chorus, and I'm like, I was just overwhelmed with gratitude for the wife that the Lord has provided for me in Mandy. So I know, because I know both of your wives, I think we could both say the same thing. So that would be my prayer point right there, gentlemen.
Yeah.
And with that, I've successfully started Valentine's week, I think, for me.
I was going to say, yeah, you're just making up for no Valentine's week with that.
Ah, dear. All right, gentlemen. Thank you, Andrew, for the smorpin. We're going to start to wrap this thing up. But before we do, I have some Valentine's Day trivia for you. I'm going to get it up on your screen. Yes, Lucas.
One little thought. I meant to ask this before we left my earlier segment, but while we're getting the screen up and going, if you have an everyday carry, a thing you have to have on you at all times, or something that no one else does that you think is the best, throw it in the chat.
There you go. Let's see if we can get this up and get our faces back on the screen. And there they are. All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Valentine's Day Trivia, the trivia game about Valentine's Day and all things Valentines. Can I say that anymore? Here we go, gentlemen. The way that we'll do this is if you can get your hand up first. I'll try to watch for it. I think I sucked at that last time. Okay, Lucas, and the answer?
I was just testing my buzzer, making sure it works.
All right, you ready, Andrew?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Who receives the most Valentines each year? Is it A, teachers, B, wives, C, children, D, pets? Lucas.
C, children.
Andrew? I guess
teachers.
I guess if I'm doing both, do we need to raise hands?
We should do the raise hand thing in the.
You get first bet.
Like the actual raise hand thing, the clicky thing.
I like that.
I can't do that on my iPad. I'm sure I can.
Well, I guess you're going to lose then.
Well, we really should. Okay, and the answer is, and then we'll come to a decision here. The answer is A, teachers.
Ha ha.
All right. I think what I'll do, gentlemen, is just so, okay, Andrew's go. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you what the stakes were. Whoever loses has to pay for a Valentine's Day supper for the winner. Lucas and Andrew. So Lucas got none. Andrew got one. All right, here we go. Conversation candies officially became heart-shaped in what year? 1885. Don't worry with the hands. I'm just going to ask you. 1968, 1902, and 1873. Actually, the hands will matter because you'll get first call. So, Andrew.
68.
Andrew's going with 68. Lucas?
I'm going with 02.
And the answer is, survey says 02. Lucas is on the board. 1902. Gentlemen. All right. Are you writing down your points to make sure that there's that
I think we played a game one time and no one was keeping score, so I always keep score now.
The first box of Valentine's Day chocolate was introduced in what year? Is it 1624, 1868, 1848, or 1912? Lucas?
1848.
1848. Andrew?
68.
The answer is 68. Andrew confidently coming in with some knowledge. All right, folks. Valentine's Day is a popular day for what? A, breakups. B, getting a new puppy. C, buying a new car. Or D, getting engaged. Lucas?
Gotta be getting engaged.
Andrew?
Breakups.
Oh, going the opposite. All right.
That's February 13th.
And of course, Lucas is right with the getting engaged. Moving on. Candy hearts were originally what? Dinner mints, medical lozenges, Altoids, or lifesavers? Andrew?
Dinner mints.
Andrew's going dinner mints. Lucas is going
medical lozenges.
And the answer is medical lozenges. Way to go, Lucas. All right, folks, here we go. What colors are considered the color of love? Give two. Andrew?
Pink and red.
All right, Lucas?
White and red.
The answer, of course, is pink and red. So Andrew with the point. Moving on. The oldest record of a Valentine's is from what year? 1512. Well, that was, you both put hands up at the same time. 1415, 684, or 1863. I think Lucas got in just an inch.
C684.
All right, C684. Luke or Andrew.
A.
The answer is B. 14.
Alexander didn't get it.
The year 4. Oh, wow. Okay. What is the favorite candy in the chocolate box? Is it A, caramels, B, chocolate covered nuts, C, chocolate filled, or D, coconut? Lucas with the hand up.
A, caramel.
All right, going A, caramel. Looks like you're just putting your hand up to get first dibs.
B.
B, and the answer is A, caramel.
I was torn. I almost went with B, so I'm glad. That was my hesitation.
How much money, gentlemen, is spent on pets each Valentine's Day? The answer should be 0. Is it A, 5 million, B, 2.4 million, C, 1.7 million, or D, 8.6 million? Andrew had his hand up way early. Andrew?
D.
B?
D.
D.
Duh.
For dog.
As in dog, yeah. The pet.
I was going to go with that.
So
So
what-
I'll say, I don't know, 5 million. It's going to be a lot.
All right.
Like $6.
And the answer is 1.7 million was C for cat.
That makes me glad that it's not any higher than that.
It shouldn't be any. All right. What is the most popular Valentine's Day flower? Is it daisies, roses, tulips, sunflowers? Andrew.
B. Roses.
Okay. Lucas, I can't imagine you're going to choose anything different.
I'm not. Yeah, I was going to say I'm not even going to vote.
Well, of course, the answer is A or B. Sorry, roses. All right. How many roses are given each year? 100 million, 10 million, 50 million, 25 million. Lucas.
50 million.
Okay. Andrew.
100 million.
The answer is 50 million. Congratulations, Lucas. All right, folks, we're still going here. Which king declared February 14th the holiday of St. Valentine's Day? Is it A, King Henry, B, King James, King Richard, or King George? Or Burger King, the Burger King? Andrew.
C.
King Richard. All right.
I'm going with D, King George.
And the answer, gentlemen, is King Henry. Oh, Henry. The average amount of money a woman spends on Valentine's Day is $20, $50, $70, $100. And Andrew came in hot with this one. Go ahead, Andrew.
A.
$20. All right. And
I'm going D with like hair and makeup and everything.
I was thinking like as a gift for the male.
That is where my brain went. But the answer, gentlemen, is C, $70.
Get your hair did.
Here we go. The average amount that a man spends on Valentine's Day is $10, $50, $80, or $130. Andrew, again, coming in hot, man. Now, what is your guess informed upon? Is this the man getting his hair did?
No, this is GIF.
All
Straight
right.
up GIF.
Straight up gift. Do you think they have Valentine's week?
I'm gonna go A.
Okay.
I'm gonna go D because
So the answer, of course, is D, Lucas.
you got to bring the
The
thunder.
average amount. Wow.
Yep. All right. Here we go. What medication was introduced on this day, Valentine's, in 1929? Was it morphine, Valium, Motrin, or penicillin? Andrew.
D.
D, penicillin.
I'm going A, morphine.
Morphine. The answer is D, penicillin. Andrew, just so that you know, you are only one behind. What other holiday was originally observed on February 14th? Was it A, Diefenbaker's birthday, B, Groundhog Day, C, Super Bowl Sunday, or D, St. Patty's Day? Lucas.
Was it Groundhog Day?
Oh, it was. You threw me by asking me a question.
And you answered.
I wasn't ready for that. All right. I guess you can trick me. We're nearing the end here, gentlemen. In 2010, 39,897 people In what city broke the record for the world's largest group kiss? Was it in Mexico, Rome, Sydney, or Venice? Lucas.
I gotta say Venice.
Unbelievable. I was gonna
City
say
of
Rome
Love.
anyways.
Let's-
I was gonna say Rome anyways, but I'm outraged that you said he thought he raised his hand before.
I
me.
have to be honest, I was having a hard time reading and may have missed both of you. So you're saying Rome, Andrew, and Lucas, you're saying
Yeah.
Venice. The answer is Mexico City, gentlemen. All right. Only 2 left. Hallmark creates about how many new Valentine's Day cards each year? I saw that hand, Andrew. Is it A, 100? Is it B, 5,000, C, 7,500, or D, 2,000?
A.
A, okay. And
I'm
Lucas?
going D.
And the answer is D, 2,000. Lucas securing that lead. And all right, here we go. Last one, guys. Who created the first Valentine's Day box of chocolates? Was it A, Milton Hershey, B, Richard Cadbury, C, Russell Stover, or D, Louis IV? I wanted to put Lucas Candy in there because candy, but anyway. All right. Lucas, what are you saying?
B, Richard Cadbury.
Going with the Cad. All right. And Andrew?
D.
D.
It's Louis IV.
It is. The answer is, in fact, Richard Cadbury. Oh, well,
But I
folks,
made Lucas doubt himself for a moment.
for just a moment. All right, folks, that's been our Valentine's Day trivia. Thank you for playing. Hopefully you played along at home and did better than we did.
You've got some Valentine's dinner conversation starters.
That's right. Congratulations, Lucas, on your big win.
You can send the Dairy Queen gift card to my address.
Oh, there you go.
I think it got lost in the mail.
Speaking of lost, gentlemen, our outro is gone. So shall we just get out of here?
Really do.
All right, folks. Well, thank you for spending the last hour and change. No, it hasn't even been an hour. Thank you for spending the last 47 minutes with us. Lucas, Andrew, thank you so much for being with us tonight. And folks, we just appreciate you watching and being a part of this. Don't forget to share it, like it, and subscribe. And you know what we do here with the Oxford Holy Club. Until next time, keep spiritually fit and have fun.
Have fun.